When my son, Henry, started kindergarten, it was 6 years ago now, he's now in 5th grade, and on his very first day of kindergarten, the bus didn't pick him up. I drove him to school, I talked to the principal, I called the transportation department with no answer, obviously, and they assured me at the school in the front office that he would return home on the bus. After over an hour of waiting, he gets off the bus terrified and tells me that they drove him all around the entire district until at the very end, thankfully there were 2 older kids on his bus that helped the bus driver find their way back to our street. That was 6 years ago. This year my son Henry got off the bus at the wrong bus stop on his very first day of school. He made his way home, but it was close to a mile away, and I've been having panic attacks since this started. I would be happy to chair a committee, I would be happy to do anything. I think there are so many parents in this district that want transportation fixed. I know there are not drivers, but there are parents who want to help. There are people who want to do something to make this better. We want to help you guys. We don't want this to keep happening. I know it's not just me, and I know I'm sure it was embarrassing for the district this year when it went on the news. That was not my kid, I didn't have a kindergartner, but I just want you to know that there are some of us out here who want to help. We would like communication. I still have not heard a single thing from the transportation department. My message is, well, I can't actually leave a message because it's full, but I did talk to the HR manager at the administration building when I started calling there. So some kind of, communication, something to fix this problem, I think we would all be happy with. So, thank you.
Thank you. Robin Vanderjack.
Robin Vanderjack, Cascade Township. I have 3 questions for the board, and I'd love an email address on a comment card for your reply. First one, currently there are lawsuits making their way through the courts regarding age inappropriate reading materials on school library shelves. And according to an attorney I've heard speak on this topic and the American Library Association, they've stated that it is board members who are legally responsible for those resources being on the shelves. So I'm curious as to whether this is actually true, and if not you, then who? Second question, I'd like a timeline of the policy changes that were enacted after I had submitted all of the required paperwork for a book review at the June 2023 Board of Ed meeting. Because after my submission, I received a call from Mr. Haid requesting, could the process be delayed till school resumed in the fall in order to save the district money? Instead, when fall came, I was notified that I was now banned from the book review process. That's a prime example of sowing seeds of distrust with the stakeholders by saying one thing and then turning around and doing another. I would like, in the interest of transparency, the name of either admin or 3-letter agency or the law firm that was responsible for what I consider a sadly dishonest policy tactic. After witnessing the lengths that were taken to keep a board,
Press the button to make it turn. There you go.
After witnessing the lengths that were taken to keep a book detailing lewd accounts of lecherous pedophiles defiling minor children in every sexual way imaginable, I no longer view our school libraries as the safe space that they once were, and am not alone. So my last question is, what policy do you have in place to educate unknowing parents in regards to the deviant sexual content that's available at their children's fingertips? Parents need to possess the information required to make informed decisions, and caring parents don't appreciate things that damage their children's psyche. And in ending, I hope that you reconsider your hasty decision to enact the new Title IX policy, as parents have already filed lawsuits in Colorado, where 11-year-old boys spent a wilderness week changing clothes in their sleeping bags and refusing to shower for the duration of their trip because their cabin supervisor was a trans-identifying female student who identified as a boy that week, but the week prior identified as a girl. And the parents had no idea and are angry that their children were placed in inappropriate situations without their knowledge. So just want
Boone. I live at 2205 Knoll Point Drive in Ada. Anything that I say tonight are my views only, not the views of any organization I may be affiliated with. I sense a pattern tonight that we're hearing from the public commenters about a feeling of being ghosted by the school board and the administrators. A lot of empty promises have been made. A lot of false hope for myself as well these past 4 years that I've been coming to school board meetings and voicing my concerns. And I know that there are people out there who think this is a concerted effort and that there's recruitment involved. There's not. This is genuine. These are people who, many of these people, I have no clue who they are who show up. And I'm so proud that people find the courage to come to meetings anymore and voice their concerns, because in my experience and in the experience of many of these people here who are telling you we are feeling ghosted, the same thing is happening to all of us. Instead of including us and allowing those of us who have concerns to be involved and be a part of our children, our grandchildren, our community members' education, you are shutting us out. You're silencing us. And, we can keep on painting lipstick on a pig, or we can look at the actual problems from within. My youngest son broke his foot this past weekend, and he was put into a walking boot temporarily. They've confirmed that his foot is broken, but he's been referred to an orthopedic surgeon because they need a specialist to look inside and take a look and see what we can fix from within. And there's unwillingness on your part and the part of many of the administrators to do that. I appreciate Mr. Hayes' efforts tonight to talk about climate and culture and academics, but we're not getting the full picture. That's not transparent. How many participants were there in each of these surveys? He likes to make a blanket statement about our families and our students. Well, how many of our families and our students actually participated? Or how many, sat out from those surveys because they don't feel that their voices are heard anyway? We need to think about that. We need to look at how many people are even participating in these surveys anymore. It's important to think about that because, if we're doing such a great job, and believe me, I hope we can succeed together. But if we are, why does our enrollment continue to drop? Things to think about. Thank you.
Hi there, Scott Van Saltman, I live in the district. My main concern tonight is the lack of educational achievement recognition, specifically the awarding of valedictorian, salutatorian distinctions, and even the honor roll lists at Forest Hill Central High School, and the lack of those lists on display at both Northern and Eastern high schools. I went to those schools today to see them. At both schools, I was told that they do not have anything like that. Every semester, a list should be put out within the school acknowledging those students who have made the honor roll. This will help to acknowledge those high achievers, as well as motivate those that are working hard to make that list. After last BOE meeting, I did have a brief email exchange with Assistant Superintendent Haid and President Fausen in regards to not having valedictorian awards. This was Superintendent Haid's response regarding valedictorian. A few of the issues that administrators and staff surfaced were unhealthy competition, a narrow focus on GPA, a decline in student collaboration, an impact on mental health, and a negative impact on teacher-student relationships. Now, one of the reasons I'm pushing for these award distinctions to come back is because there are actually numerous scholarships available to just valedictorians and salutatorians. If FHPS does not have that award, then our students miss out on those opportunities. Now, I can understand where Mr. Haid is coming from, and a possible way to alleviate some of those issues is to adjust the focus off of just grades and change how valedictorian and salutatorian are awarded, which can and should be done. Obviously, academics should be a big part of it, say 50%, but the rest of the scoring could be what the student has done over their high school career while at FHPS, adding up if they were in athletics, musicals, plays, the student council, band, volunteering, started or were a part of a club, that game changers thing that Northern has, the National Honor Society, etc. There are numerous ways that this could be done and still acknowledge and award the top students. As I said in the last meeting, equitable outcome is impossible, as equal effort will not happen. The only thing that FHPS can offer is equal opportunity. I know that doing this type of thing, or this type of scoring, may be difficult. However, the district spends tens of thousands of dollars on computer software programs each year to keep track of everything that our students do. With Power School, Canvas, Final Forms, etc. I'm sure that there's a way to track and score these things. You just need to direct the staff to do that or form a stakeholder committee. Each high school will only need to do this for the graduating classes that year. I'm sure that they can make this happen if you guys are, if they are directed to do so. In regards to having an updated honor roll list, only Forest Hill Central has a place for an honor roll in the hallway outside the main office. Granted, it has not been updated since the first semester of the 2022-2023 school year. I did ask about that in email with President Fausten and Mr. Haig. I even spoke with Assistant Principal DeStefano at the open house September 4th. He informed me that was the counseling office that was in charge of that. I went to the school today to check, and again, has not been updated. 6 people work in that office. What are they doing all day?
Time.
Thank you.